Hey guys, DJ Freak Gaming here, and I'm going to share with you my Assassin's Creed Valhalla review. This game was beautiful, it was bloody, but it was a buggy mess. Now, there are some limited spoilers in this video, but nothing that you're about to see or hear should ruin the gameplay experience for you. The 12th installment in the franchise from Ubisoft Montreal, AC Valhalla was my third consecutive buggy Ubi launch. It was a rough game, but it had enough redeeming qualities to make it a good title, despite the bevy of performance issues. So let's take a leap of faith and dive into 9th century England, where the story in Valhalla begins. Overall, I give this game a 3.8 out of 5. It's a good game with a solid core and has room for improvement. Let's talk about why. Despite a fast paced 15-minute opening, AC Valhalla had a lot of pacing issues. Some moments it would shine as bright as the sunlight reflecting off the wet northern snow. But unfortunately, there were just as many unimaginative moments in the game that still had too much bloat. Once you discover the main storyline and the hidden tapes, it's quite a good story that almost redeems the slow burn it took to get there. The real question is, where do they go from here? Valhalla wasn't just its own story, but it tied much of the franchise up together. The voice acting in this title, it was lackluster, and only a few NPCs were really memorable. Even the romance options were mostly mediocre, but the parallels of how they wrote the story was fun. The who and why were large parts of the narrative and plot's development that I really enjoyed, that I thought were really well done. They did a great job of not only adding one twist, but two. It's more RPG like than its predecessors, and did a great job of producing different endings, rather than small repercussions in the story arcing that quickly vanished without more thought. This game leveraged cause and effect well. The gameplay was addictive. The combat was bloody, brutal, and downright savage. Raiding was a pleasant addition. The fight choreography and button mapping was well thought out and smooth as silk. Even though the parkour and stealth were clunky, the overall melee heavy brawling delivered aggressive gameplay on a silver platter. The revamped skill tree and flesh ripping abilities added layers of enthusiasm to the gameplay. Despite not leveraging ray tracing on next gen, the game is absolutely beautiful. They nailed the colors, textures, reflections, and shading well. Sync points provided awe-inspiring sights from the 5 different maps available in the vanilla game. What really destroyed the experience for me was the plethora of inescapable game-breaking bugs. The storyline was advertised to be about 40 hours, and moderate exploration should take about 60 to 90 hours. It took me 80 hours just to get to the first ending, and 120 hours to hit 70% completion. At close to 100% completion, it took nearly 200 hours due to the exorbitant amount of bugs. The core of this game is great, but it was brought down by a lack of polish. It feels like Ubisoft just can't get out of their own way, but despite the less than stellar parts of this game, it's good and it is absolutely worth you playing for yourself. Thanks for watching, Freaklings. As always, let me know your thoughts on Assassin's Creed Valhalla in the comments below, or if you have any additional questions about my experience in playing the game, let me know. I promise I will answer you. Be on the lookout for more game-related videos that are coming very soon. And again, I want to point out, this is simply based on my opinion alone, and my opinion doesn't make anything objectively good or bad. Please, as a gamer, play all the games and decide for yourself. Again, thanks so much for watching.